In this next lesson, we're going to take a look at how to create delivery records within X3. The delivery record is the element that we create from the picking ticket so that we can make arrangements with the carrier. Our packing lists are going to be generated from the delivery record, and in addition, we can print out our shipping labels from the delivery. So what you're going to see in X3, there's many different ways by which we can create these deliveries. I'm going to show you three of them. The first one is kind of like a push method from the picking ticket record. So for this first method, I'm going to come under my sales menu, then to shipment preparations, then into picking ticket. So in here, I'm going to grab the first one, my picking ticket that we had, and we went through all the packaging steps. We flagged it, the picking ticket as being deliverable. So really at this step, all we need to do is when we want to create that delivery record is to come over and click on this delivery button. I'm going to go ahead and choose our full entry transaction here. And that in part has created for us a delivery record. So now we're over on our delivery management function, and here is the identification number for the delivery. Okay, so that's one quick and easy method of creating a delivery. The second method of delivery creation that I'll show you is kind of a pool method. So for that one, I'm going to come under my sales menu, then go to Deliveries and Deliveries. And again, I'm going to choose my full entry transaction. Okay. And in here on Delivery Management, I'm going to click on my New button, specify my shipping site and my sales site. Then once I set those two fields over here in my left list, I'm going to come and click on this tray here for picking ticket selection. Okay, and this in part is going to show for me all my picking tickets that I presently have flagged as being deliverable. So at this point I could go ahead and click on the picking ticket, and that in part is going to bring over all the details from the picking ticket, the products, the quantity, the lot location information are all going to be drawn forth. Then I can come over here and click on my create button, and that'll go ahead and assign for us a delivery number to our record. Okay, so that is the pool method. Now the third method for delivery creation is kind of one that can be done by way of a batch process. So again, it's still under this deliveries subdirectory, and we're going to come under this picking ticket deliveries. Okay, so in here, I'm going to go ahead, and again, this tool is basically going to go through and for all my picking tickets that I have flagged as being deliverable, go ahead and create the delivery records for them. So to use this tool, I'm going to specify my company, specify my warehousing site. I can come down through here if I was so inclined and just filter on particular order types, loan order types, subcontract types. I can go ahead and filter on all picking tickets with shipments scheduled through a certain cutoff date. I can filter on a range of different picking ticket numbers, a range of different customers. I can filter on my carriers that have been assigned to my sales order, filter on my route codes. Okay. At this point also, if I wanted to automatically validate the delivery when this process is run, I could go ahead and set that flag. More often or not, I'll see folks not use that setting there because usually the validation step occurs on the delivery once the cargo has actually left the warehouse. But then in here also, last but not least, here I have through this the printing of the delivery note, I can come over here and specify the printout of my shipping documentation, my packing slip. Okay, if I want to generate that through the creation process, I can also do that. For this exercise, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so with all these parameters set, I'm going to come over here and click on OK. Okay, and it'll generate a log file for me. And down here on the log file, it's going to come in here and indicate I have 3 different sales orders here, and those have all been grouped together on delivery record ending in 056. Okay. So let me go ahead and close page here. And let's come back under our deliveries function and kind of take a little bit of a closer look at what we got here. Take a look at this last one that I generated here. Okay, so on this delivery record, again, we got our shipping site, delivery number. You got your original sales order number reference in here. We got the customer account information, the date of the shipment, the scheduled date of delivery. We got all our product details contained down in here. Okay, quantities, pricing information, costing information, tax information are all contained herein. Over here on my management tab, I have information relative to the pay by accounts set up on the order. I got information pertaining to the route and delivery mode, the carrier that's going to be transporting the goods. My Incoterms are on here. The pay terms and discount terms, tax rules, sales rep. If there's going to be any additional charges. Ultimately on the invoice, that information is all captured herein. Okay. Then over here on the additional info tab, I have information relative to the actual transport of the goods. So if you get some feedback from your carriers of, for instance, of the actual arrival time, that can be detailed herein. On this delivery, common things that many folks will want to do, for one, is to print out the packaging labels. So to do that, if I come over to my packaging button, I'm going to choose this option here, packing by line. And over here on the right hand side, I'm going to go ahead and click on my label button. And for my label format, the standard report for the packaging labels is this SETI call report. So I'll specify that as well as my preview destination. I'm going to go ahead and say yes to this detail lines message, and that'll update my lines. Then over here on the right hand side, I'm going to click on printing. Go ahead and say OK on the information message. Go ahead and open it with our Adobe. Okay, so here are our packing labels. Let me see if I can rotate that view here for us. Okay, so we got it for our packages here. We got the sender information, recipient information, the packaging, package number, weight, product details, quantity, delivery number, customer PO, carrier reference. Down in here, if you have the barcode labels installed on your server, this would be all barcoded right here for you. On my workstation here, I don't have those installed. That's why it's not showing up. Okay, but those are some packaging labels that we have. Go ahead and close out of here, and close, and close here. Now, in addition to that, we can print out a packing slip. So under our printer icon, I'm going to come over here to Record, and I'm going to choose this top record in this list here, this bond live report, the delivery note. Okay, then come over here on the right-hand side and click on Print. And here is our packing slip. Okay, you'll have your warehouse information, delivery information, shipping dates, deliver to information. There's all the particulars relative to the product and quantities, number of packages, along with the gross and net weights. Okay, that's all on the pack slip. Another thing that we can do here on the delivery record, and this might be applicable to you if you have goods that are going to be traveling across the border. Many organizations will generate what we call a pro forma invoice to send with the cargo, so that there's basically a statement of value for the customs officials when they're inspecting the goods at the border. So to do a pro forma invoice, we can come over and click on this pro forma button. Go ahead and choose our full invoice entry. This brings us over to our invoice management screen, and you'll see in here this invoice, it has a special type of this PRF pro forma type. So there's not going to be any bookkeeping or any accounting associated with this document. It's simply a document to represent the statement of worth for the goods. I can come over here to my printer icon, come to Record, and I can go ahead and I'm going to choose this customer invoice portrait, the S bond fac P. And we'll go ahead and print on that. Here is the pro forma invoice that's been generated. And again, this pro forma, again, customer PO, shipping information is all contained, and now it has some additional details regarding the cargo and its respective value. Okay, so again, this is a popular document, for the international or any order going across the borders. So let me go ahead and close this out here. I'm going to close page here on my pro forma invoice, and this will jump me back to my delivery record. So typically the last step that we have here on the delivery is this validation step here. So this step is typically performed either at the point in time that the delivery has been assembled in full and has been set aside waiting for carrier pickup, or at the point in time, in essence, when the carrier actually has loaded the goods on the truck and the goods have been transported out for the day. A user can come over here on the delivery record and click on this validation button. And when they do the validation button, that's basically going to do two different things on the delivery. Okay. Down here at the bottom, you can see that the delivery note's been posted now. So upon this step, that validation step, one thing it does, it decrements the inventory out of the system. Okay, so in this case, these 100 bike pumps have now been relieved from stock. And the second thing it does is it puts the delivery in a state that it can now be billed. Okay, you can generate your invoices for it. And that's going to be something that we take a look at in our next lesson. But before concluding here, let me show you one other thing relative to the validations. If I go ahead and close page out of here, another thing that you'll note under the deliveries menu here is we have a delivery validation. And this is kind of a batch routine that you can run to go ahead and validate all the deliveries that you had for the day. So again, much like the other batch routines, we specify our customer, specify our ship site. We can go ahead and do our shipment date cutoff. Filter on a range of different deliveries. Um, okay, so you just have to be use a little bit of caution, I would say, with this tool here, because again, it's going to go through and basically validate all the deliveries. So, if you have certain deliveries that maybe actually didn't get shipped out this day, you have to be careful with this tool that those deliveries don't get picked up. Okay. But again, the validation step is very critical in the process. And like I said, in our next lessons here, we're going to take a look at the final step in the sales order fulfillment process, which is generating the invoices.